So here's a brass piece that I just recently picked up at a train show. Got it brand new in the box for not a bad deal. It's a Hallmark models FM H-10-44 diesel. It's made by KMT. I'm guessing in the 60s, early mid 60s. And I thought I'd do a little review of it. So, just looking at the body here, you'll notice there's quite a bit of grab rail, grab iron detail around. Looks like most of it is hand formed. These are probably turned or lost wax parts, the stanchions, but the wire itself, and you can see it's not quite perfect, not perfectly straight, not perfectly formed, so that's why I'm pretty sure it's hand formed. Detail, it's kind of generic, but at the same time it's got about all the detail that you'll see on even one of the high-end models produced more recently. Now the sides here, one problem that KMT had was they had really shallow detail around here. So all these vents, these doors, they're all basically just flat with little lines traced around them. So it gives the appearance they're there, but nothing really three-dimensional. The rest of the model, though, it's really pretty nice. I mean, there's tread on all the walkways, on all the steps, all the different handrails, grab irons, and pilot details. The cab is made nice and straight and very nicely formed. Yeah, and then some little imperfections like this rail here, which isn't quite perfectly straight. The right side is a bit taller than the left. Doesn't look bad from most angles, so it's really only noticeable if you're looking straight on. And the trucks here, they've got those brass side frames. Probably lost wax castings. They don't look bad. Not exactly as deep as maybe Athearn side frames, but they've still got all the detail they need. Look pretty decent. And it does have this drive shaft underneath, so that kind of takes away from the appearance from underneath, but again, not visible from most angles. Although the detail may not be the best I've ever seen, what really impressed me about this one is the quality of the chassis and how well this thing runs. This model here, unlike some of the later KMT products, has all brass gearing throughout, not a single plastic gear in the entire thing. It's got this dual flywheel here, which is actually just one piece of metal cut to look like two flywheels. Don't know why. And then it's got this nice quality open frame motor here, Pitman style. Although probably not made by Pitman, it's still a very good quality motor. That's certainly not a quiet chassis because of all that metal gearing. But it's engineered so well that the running quality is just as smooth as anything that I've seen from some of the most modern and highest quality manufacturers of trains. Because of that open frame motor, the top speed is pretty high. I calculated it to be 100 scale miles per hour at 12 volts, which you can see there. So the realistic speed range for this is closer to about half speed. 7 volts there, I think. That's about 60 miles per hour, which was the top speed for the prototypes. And it runs well at this speed. Nice and smooth. Low speed operation isn't perfect. I can get it down to about 4.5 scale miles per hour, but it's not exactly steady. So
it seems to do best at about 10 miles per hour and up. So yeah, not a quiet runner, but very smooth. And with that all metal gearing, it's definitely going to be a dependable runner.
A few other things I'll note is that, like most other brass diesels made around this time, it only has 4-wheel electrical pickup, so that's 2 wheels from each truck, 2 on each side, so 1 rail from each truck. The current draw, it isn't bad. It's about 0.3 amps running free, but if it ever gets stalled, it goes well over 2 amps. So if installing DCC, it's probably best to replace that open frame motor with a good quality CAN motor. But if just running DC, then the motor's really not bad as it is. And the performance can even be improved a little by replacing the stock magnet with the neodymium cube magnet. That'll increase torque, decrease current draw, and possibly even improve the low speed performance. The frame has 2 holes on each end pre-drilled for the standard KD number 5 coupler box. The 2-hole mount keeps it nice and straight and secure, so that's a very nice setup, even if the screws are a little tedious to put in. So I think that's about all I have to say about this one. It's a very nice model for its day. Details not bad at all. Running quality is very nice, and the heft of the brass material will make it a great puller. So although it may not measure up to some of the latest and greatest in every area, it's still definitely a model worth checking out if you ever run across one.